Welcome back.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Today
friends.
we have friends, not friends,
Student friends.
student friends. So introduce yourselves, ladies.
Okay. First, hi, I'm fourth year student of English major. I'm in fourth year student.
So we asked our student friends to come and help us today because there are two stories that happened in Thailand that we don't know anything about because we don't speak Thai.
And we don't read, and we certainly do not read.
Not
Thai.
even a little bit.
Nope.
So, Mitch, you got the first story?
Okay, first news is about rape.
Yeah, right.
Rape.
She started off coming in,
We're
guns
going
down.
for
It usually happens in Thailand.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it happens
Yes,
a lot.
it happened with English teacher who wears a short skirt. And she died. She died. Yes, she died. Like murderer, like use the helmet to hit her face. When she saw her, when he saw her and was province สมุทรปราการ province
Which way is that over there? Where's that? I'm kidding. Don't worry about it. It's over there somewhere.
It's here.
It's
No.
not Bangkok. That's what it is. So what happened? She was wearing a short skirt?
Yes, she was riding a motorcycle to go to work. And she just like passed the mother. And when the mother saw her, and he feel like and then the man like turn back his motorbike and crashed her motorbike first. Yeah. And when she fell down on the ground
And he attacked her.
Yes. Until she died and then raped her.
So he raped her after she was dead?
Yes.
Oh, whoa.
It's all up there.
Yeah, that was.
Every time, so I'll admit to you, ladies, that the first time I heard the story, I thought it was an English teacher got raped by one of her students.
No, it's not.
And then I heard
a driver or
I was like a delivery guy.
Yes.
Works for like pizza company. Probably not.
This is bad PR for pizza company.
Sorry about that, pizza company. Love you stuff. So she was driving to work, so it was early in the morning.
Yes.
And then she's driving around. She's got a short skirt on. And some dude saw her and was like, "Hey now," ran her off the road, beat her to death with a helmet, and then had his horrible way with her. That's sad.
I'm wondering if no one was around, no one was outside to witness this.
Yeah.
Like there were no people driving.
Wasn't it daytime?
It was in the morning, right?
Yes,
she was going to work.
Yes.
And there was no people driving or no people around.
No. Maybe it's like only small
like a side road.
And they caught the guy.
Yes.
So
the police have the perpetrator.
Did they do that thing where he confessed to everything?
Yes, he confessed everything.
Yeah, that's what they like in Thailand.
Yeah, real quick and easy.
Yeah, you get to, and you do it on TV there, like we're doing now. They do it on the podcast. So that's unfortunate. That's too bad for the woman.
So, did the man, the criminal, the murderer, did he make a statement? Did he say anything about the crime?
No, didn't tell us.
Was he sad? Was he sorry? He was like, sorry about killing you there. That's my fault.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oops.
No.
Yeah.
They say nothing. He say nothing.
That's too bad. Yeah. That's all I got.
I don't know. I was under the impression that the man driving the car hit her. Well, he hit her because she was of her clothes. Yes, what she was wearing. And then I heard that the man who killed this woman, I heard that at lunch that he hit her because she should not have been wearing.
Well, I think the idea was that she was wearing a short skirt. He's like, I want that. And so now it's say like, maybe some people would say she shouldn't have been wearing the short skirt. Put some clothes on, you know.
Every time there's a crime or violence against women, and the women are dressed provocatively or wearing short clothing, a very popular argument is to say, oh, the woman should not have been wearing a short skirt. It's her fault.
Yeah, it's what
well,
what somebody said.
You have 3 women and you're outnumbered.
No, I'm saying
outnumbered 3-1.
That's what somebody said when that foreign woman got killed last year.
In South Thailand.
It was
got good.
Yeah, it was 2 tourists, and the girl had on like a bikini or something because she was at the beach.
Yeah.
Somebody, you know, we don't need to point fingers at who.
Yeah.
But he was saying that maybe the foreign girls shouldn't be wearing, you know, to put some clothes on.
That it would be better if foreign women who were vacationing in Thailand for them to cover up.
See, my thing is,
you're at the beach. I wear a bathing suit to the beach.
If this, like when I first heard this story, I thought if the woman was wearing this and she was at work, somebody was looking at her while she's at work and she was dressing inappropriately for work.
That's what
But if you think about it, like she's just driving down the road, the guys probably saw her for like 10 seconds. Like, wow! And then that's it. And so, I mean, you know, probably just his fault for being crazed. Just, you know, stay at home, watch TV.
That's true, but it does not take away from the fact that in rape cases, very, very often the woman is blamed.
Yeah, I agree. Especially in Thailand. You know, not for nothing.
Well, yeah, more often, more frequently in this part of the world. Not only Thailand, but this.
I think it comes up as a point, you know, like in the States, if a woman gets raped, you would say like, well, she shouldn't have been wearing this. She shouldn't have been here. Blah blah blah.
She shouldn't have been out late at night.
But in Thailand, it's more like it's not the guy's fault. It's the girl's fault.
Yes.
In the States, we still say
it's a suggestion.
You can't rape, sir. But in Thailand, they're like, yeah, you can't wear short skirts. I can wear whatever I want. I'm very handsome.
So do we teach women to wear whatever they want and men to control themselves? Or do we teach women that they must dress a certain way and then so that we don't affect the men negatively? So should men be responsible for their actions? Well, I'm saying I can walk down the street in a bathing suit. So that still doesn't give anyone the right to touch me. Yeah, plus, I'm really good at fighting. I could probably kill you.
Kind of weird, though.
Well, I wouldn't do it, but I'm saying I could if I wanted to.
My thing is, like, in the workplace, especially for teachers, there's a line where it's like, look, you know, you're wearing X, Y, Z, but you are a teacher. Maybe you should pull it back as a teacher.
I agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
I agree with it.
Yeah.
Because you need to be professional at work.
Yeah, and also because...
But in your free time at the beach, outside, driving your car, going out with your friends, you wear whatever you want.
I mean, this woman happened to be an English teacher. She happened to be going to work. But he didn't know that. He was just like, wow! And then he went after her. She could have been who knows what. Like, I don't know what she was wearing in terms of going to work, but out in the world, obviously you just got to control yourself, sir. Yeah. So, you know, get a girlfriend. How hard is that?
Pretty difficult.
Or something, pay somebody.
I think it's probably pretty difficult to get a girlfriend. Especially if you're a little crazy. It seems like he might have been
not that cool.
Usually, you're not a woman.
No.
I don't think, right?
Not today.
So because you're not a woman, we have like a creepy man radar. So I can hear a man say like a few sentences and I can probably guess like, oh, you're creepy. Or I should stay away
But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the guy's fault, I think, is what we come up.
I think it's in those situations, if a rape occurs because a woman is dressed in a certain way, it is never the woman's fault. It's never the woman's fault. And I'm saying that because I'm a woman, but it's never the woman's fault. A woman is never asking to be raped.
The man shouldn't rape anyone.
Yeah. It's always if the man is the perpetrator, if the man is committing the crime, it's never the woman's fault.
Are there places that a woman shouldn't go?
Well, women rape as well. So if the woman is the person that is doing, then it is her fault.
Yeah, don't do that. No one should rape ever.
But in an instance where a woman is being attacked by someone else for what she's wearing, it can be short skirt, it can be something religious that she's wearing, whatever. That's not her fault in any circumstances. Should you be punished for something that you're wearing? Yeah. But every time I hear stories like this, I always feel upset.
Upset about the rape?
Yeah, that's upsetting, right? You have mothers or mothers. You have more than one. You have a mother and a sister and aunts and grandmothers.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Right? It's a terrible, terrible.
Also, the fact that he beat her to death. There's another thing. It's another horrible thing. Don't do either of those things, really. Yeah. Do none of those. Just go home. Just, stay home. It was early in the morning. What are you doing out in the world? Yeah. Go take a nap. Yeah. So, apparently, the Minister of Education is calling for shorter school days in Thailand. Who is the Minister of Education?
His name is Dapong Ratanasuwan. He's the Minister of Education, and he wants to finish school at like 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Yes. What does it end at now? 4?
4. Or some school maybe 5.
It's too late.
Or 3:30 maybe. So 2. So then he wants like an hour and a half. He wants to end it an hour and a half.
Is he changing the start time of like the beginning of the day? No. What time do high schools generally begin?
8, not 9. 9, maybe 9.
Really? Where'd you go to? Yeah. Laid back, happy school? Is that where you hung out?
Good time, fun time, university.
We have an activity. Still have before.
But you sing the anthem at 8, right? The national anthem. Yes. So then that's part of the show. You got to sing the anthem at 8 and then at 5. You don't know whether. So then they sing the thing at 8, and then you do a little song and dance. Somebody does some English. You do exercises.
Yes.
Huh? Yes. Yeah, you do that.
That's good.
On Friday.
The Americans should learn from that.
You do a dance thing. For us, it was always like Super Junior songs. Yeah.
Oh, at Sunflower.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant
every day.
In your school in New Jersey.
Oh, no. Come on now. What are you talking about? So then, I guess the first class would be 8:30. But so then it would start at 8 and it would go till 2. What do you think?
I agree with shortening the school day, and I agree not because I'm a high school or grade school teacher, and I'm certainly not a student here.
Yeah.
So it doesn't actually affect me at all. But as an education system, I think that beginning the school day at 8 o'clock in the morning and finishing at 5 o'clock in the evening is way too long. I think that having 9, 10 classes a semester is too much. More time and more class does not equal more learning.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of subjects to learn.
Yeah.
Maybe 12 subjects. 12 subjects.
What are they? Like, what 12 subjects? What?
Oh, let's run them down for you. We got 2 English
class, 2 mathematics, Thai, science, social science program. We have physics, biology, chemistry,
All at the same time?
No. Separate.
There would be like one science course.
That's what I was like.
And then
Art. Career.
Korea. Yes. And like physical things.
Gym.
Gym.
Guidance. You have guidance. You don't have that guidance class where they sit you down and they're like, don't be a bad Thai person. You didn't have guidance class?
Civics? No, like civics?
Kind of.
Or like etiquette?
Scout.
It's more like
Scouts. You guys have scouts. Yeah.
Yes. I don't have scout in high school. But I have guidance. You don't have guidance? I have scout. No guidance. Oh wow.
Wow.
What now? I was just recently looking over this university curriculum, and one of the classes that you take is Scouts.
Yes.
What do you do for 16 weeks in Scouts?
Learn how to like
survival skills?
Yeah, be like MacGyver. Obviously, you'd be like MacGyver.
Yesterday we learned how to make a pop-up book to teach students.
Yeah.
Scout subject.
Scouts is actually really important here for I don't know why.
I'm not saying that Scouts is not important.
No, I'm saying it's important
I'm just saying
here.
my tone of voice. It kind of seemed like I was belittling. I was like 16 weeks.
I mean, come on. 16 weeks. What are we talking?
Yeah, I mean,
you can probably do that in an afternoon.
Yeah, you can do that in an email. I think you can send one email. Scouts. 16 weeks of Scouts class is now a 16 sentence email.
But,
anyway, that's not the point. That's not what
No, but it is. So then you would take Scouts as one of the 18 classes or whatever you have a week. One of them is. Scouts.
I think it's too much.
It is too much.
It's way too much. I think that also the sports and clubs and activities should not be mandatory. I think they should be like we in the States.
It's very different.
Yeah. But if you want to do a club, or they can have after school activities. But for everyone else, they can go to school from 8 to 2 or whatever.
So what happened a lot in my old job was that the school had ended like 3, but the school day wasn't over until 4. So most kids would either you would just sit outside as a student, or your parents could pay for extra tutoring. So it was a way for us to make more money. It wasn't a way for the teachers to make more money. It was a way for the school to make more money. And so you would have like homework club or whatever. But what that means is that you're still keeping the kid in a classroom, still learning, still whatever. And there's just so many hours that you would take. And you're just like, I can't.
But I think that goes both ways too. You will see in the future when you are teachers, there's only so many hours that you can learn. And there's so many hours that you can teach before you burn out.
Yeah.
You just, like, your brain just turns off.
This semester, I'm in the red all the time.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
in the red. I'm in redlining. I got nothing left.
I don't remember falling asleep last night.
Tomorrow I have class. Who knows what's gonna happen? I'm just shooting from the hip the whole day. No, that's not true. Cultures class.
Be ready.
Whatever the name of the class is, I can't remember. But yeah, it becomes too much for the students, and it becomes too much for the teachers.
It's too much. It's too much, I think, for everyone. I don't believe that like having 9 or 10 classes in one day means that you're a better student or that you're more intelligent. It just means that that's how many classes in one day? On average, one day.
Maybe 5. Morning, 6. First 3, and then lunch, and then 3. 6 at least 6.
And how many per week?
30 classes. 30 classes.
So what is the average? Like, how many did you have for 1 week in high school?
6 classes.
6 per week, yeah. The same classes every day. I went to the same classes every day. So we had 7 or 8 periods and I went to the same class first period every day, same class second period every day, and then after the 3 or 4 months, then we changed to a new schedule. Sometimes some classes were half year and some classes were full year, and then you go to that class every day. Biology every day for 1 year.
I'm sure you had things
Physics
like
every day for 1 year. Chemistry every day for 1 year.
When I was in band, I would have. We would also have a study hall. So there's 8 periods, but one is for lunch, one is for study hall. So I would go to band from my study hall, my lunch, band class, and then something else.
Yeah.
So I had like 3 periods in a row. I was in the band room, just playing saxophone every day for like the 11th grade, maybe the 12th grade. And so it was just like in our schools also, like if you're on a sports team or if you're on something, sometimes you would end up doing that. Like half the day would be maybe one subject or another subject. Like you could end up doing from 6 classes, it could go down to like 4.
But I feel like that's good, especially if you're in a language class. So you take that, you need 3, if you want to go to university, you need 3 to 4 years of the same language. But you have that language every day. You have that language class every day for 4 years, or 3 years, or whatever. Or it's a period. You go there for 1 period, which can be 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending. All schools are different. But having six classes per week, but you have more time dedicated to each class. So instead of 13 different subjects you have to worry about, just have 6, but you see the teacher every day. And our school day started at 6:45.
What the heck?
And you ended at 1:30.
What kind of weird time zone were you going
I know,
to?
and I was a swimmer in high school, and sometimes we had swim practice in the morning before school. In the winter when it was snowing. No, 7, maybe it started at 7. Teachers had to be there at 6:45, but it was like 7 o'clock, and then
7 to 7:30.
We finished at 1:45. And then if you joined a team or a club or a sport, whatever, you did that from 2 o'clock until 3, 4, 5, and then you went home.
In the States, you have like a 6-hour class there. In Thailand, you have now it's like 8, it's closer to like 9 hours. Yeah. And then after that, you would have like study. Plus, in the States, you go to school generally where you live, so it would take 10, 20 minutes at most to get there. In Thailand, depending on the school, it could be half an hour, an hour. I had students that would take them 2 hours to get to school. So every day you're going 2 hours to school. You go there for 8 to 9 hours, then 2 hours back. So that's
a long day when you're Mateo 1, 12, like you're
12,
tired.
13-hour day. And that would be for students that were also in like grade 1, grade 2. So if you're a grade 1 student and you're 6 years old,
6, 7.
So a 6-year-old kid, 5 days a week, going 12 hours a day. I'm 33. I can't do 12 hours a day, 5 days a week.
I just got like, I went, ugh, yeah. The thought, I was like, ugh, no thank you.
And then you add on to that on Saturday and Sunday, they go for tutoring. Yeah. And then it becomes 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. What are you getting at?
And I think that does not necessarily mean that, wow, the kids here are really intelligent. They're really smart. Because they're like kids. Some of them are smart. Some of them are not. It's like any kids in any country. But if you put an 8-year-old in school for 10 hours, the result is you think like, oh, the 10-year-old is ready for medical school. But the 10-year-old is just really tired. It's not a smarter 10-year-old. It's just a really tired, burned out 10-year-old who has 13 classes per week. And so I agree. I agree with a shorter school day.
Let's talk about the first time in Thailand. First time. Good joke.
Your first time in Thailand.
First time in Thailand. What was your first time in Thailand? It was 3,000 years ago.
It was in 1982.
There it is. The year I was born.
Was it?
Yeah.
You're old.
Thanks, buddy. God. Yeah, so what'd you...
All right, old man. Tell us about your first time in Thailand.
My first time, I was 15. Came here for vacation.
Oh, wow.
By the time I moved
So you were
here...
joking. I was like, what?
By the time I moved here, I'd been here 4 times.
Oh.
So my family had friends that lived here. We would go home to the Philippines and we would come over here and visit them. And they were rich.
They are. They are still. Not as much.
You know what? Yeah. They were real rich. Back in Thailand, back in the 80s. Woo! You just print your own money. And then you ride that into the 90s. Not so much, but still, woo! They still had it.
Yeah.
So I'd come here when I was in high school, and they were like crazy rich, and we'd go to their beach house. We'd go from the airport straight to the beach house, mostly. And I'd ride around on jet skis and things. And I was like, this is the best. I should just do this.
I should live here. I should live here someday. And look at you now.
Look at what happens.
Yeah.
See? Look what happened. But yeah. But I didn't, when I used to come to Thailand, I didn't know much about it. Because I was with my friends. And they would, like, we'd go to their house and we wouldn't go out much. So I didn't know anything. But I'd already been here 3 times.
You know a little bit more now.
Yeah, I know. After 5 years, I know nothing. I know nothing really. Drive on the left.
That's not true.
Drive on the left side of the road. That's what I know. But yeah, when I came here to work, I had the visa on arrival, so I had a 30-day visa. I had no job. I was staying with my friends. Very little money. And the semester was starting in 3 weeks. And I got a job the next day. The day after I got here, I had a job. They gave me a house in the dorm. They were going to pay me more money than I make here.
Really?
Yeah, I took a pay cut to work because I love it. And yeah, it all like locked into place.
Well, I came here with zero prior experience in this country. Actually, when I came to Thailand 2.5 years ago, I had never been to Asia.
Nope.
To any Asian country. Yeah, so I moved here from Australia. I was living in Melbourne, in South Australia, in Victoria. And I moved here overnight. I moved here with no real prior knowledge of Thailand or any experience in any Asian country. Yeah. And after a string of street accidents on the scooter that was gifted to me.
Well, you bought it from me.
After I wrecked
I was gonna lend it to you, and then you destroyed it.
So then I had to pay for it. But after that happened, I think. Well, I came here because I knew I would be working here, so I had a job.
Well,
I had an option.
You had an option.
I had an option before I came.
You could have said.
That's true.
Should have said. No, I'm kidding.
But I said yes, and here I am. Yeah, but I came here with very, very, very minimal planning and no experience of being here at all.
You know, I have like people ask me for like funny stories, so I have one funny story. So when I started working here, I lived in a dorm in Samantapa. So and not in Bangkok. We're out in the middle of like we were behind a golf course, so there was nothing there, and then there was like a main road with nothing. There was no foreigners there except for the people who worked at the school, and they all lived in the school, and they got their food in the school, so they didn't go out. Every day for dinner.
Sounds exciting.
It was fun. There was a bar in front of the school. Never mind. So every day for dinner, I made this one friend, and he knew like 5 words in Thai. They were food words. And so we would go for dinner.
You would take your combined 10 words.
10 words of Thai. And we would go at 10 o'clock, or 4 o'clock, we would go out to dinner right after work. and we'd go to the same place, and he knew how to order something, but I didn't know how to order anything. So there was mugak in the window. It's like pork, fried pork.
Yes.
And I would point at it because it looked good. Like, yeah! And the woman was like, and then she would make me krapao mugak every day.
Every
And
day?
I would go there every day, and I didn't know how to order anything else.
That's true.
So for 1 month, 5 days a week, because on the weekends I go to see my friends and eat something else. Sometimes they would serve me that, and then I'd be pissed off. So for 5 days a week for about a month or maybe 2 months.
How about now? Can you order?
I point at other things. Now I know.
His point.
My pointing skills.
His pointing game is very strong.
Oh, I'm like MVP of pointing. But I would go in for a month, and the lady would see me, and she'd just point at it like, and she'd make me the same thing every day.
But I think that's pretty typical of foreign people, non-Asian, foreign people coming from a country that's not in Asia to Thailand. You find one food item that you know that you can say that everyone understands, and you just order that every day for like 2 months.
Or you feed yourself.
And then you start to hate it.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, I hate chicken and rice. Oh.
Or you feed yourself at 7-Eleven.
I never did that. I've never done that. I wouldn't let myself go down.
My boy Graham used to do that.
Yeah,
Shouts to Graham.
No.
Go to 7-Eleven, buy a loaf of bread and some bologna and something. Just eat that every meal. 3 times a day, 7 days a week.
No. Well, I don't eat that stuff.
So, if you want to come back, maybe come on back. For the rest of you. John Joey is not here this week. He'll be here in 2 weeks. Shut up.
I saw him 5 minutes before I walked down here.
He's fired up.
We ate lunch with John Joey.
John Joey's ready to go. That's all he talks about.
Are you lying about that?
No, he talked to me. He's like, hey, Phil. Because I had talked to him, like, you want to do the thing? And then he came back. He's like, I want to do it in 2 weeks. So that's it for this week, and watch again next week.
And thank you to our special guests.
Yeah.
For coming.
And
that's it. See
Goodbye
you next
forever.
week.